Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Norris. I am a psychic medium and soul level animal communicator. And today I'm here to just kind of tell you a little bit about me and do some readings for a bit. Most of you are familiar, but for those of you who are not, I am a psychic, I am a medium, and I am an animal communicator. And I do those things at the soul level. I can communicate with the 3D animal that you're used to dealing with in the day to day, but I can also communicate with their higher self. It's a little tough to do that in this kind of format for on many readings, but that's the way it works in my private sessions. And then also when I'm doing a psychic reading for you, I'm talking with your guides and my guides, and so I'll just be giving you the answer that they're giving me. In terms of mediumship, I guess it's all in, spirit is spirit, and they're here, and I'm just giving you what they give me as well. So I hope that helps. And if we don't have any, this is Bogey. He tends to jump in and out of my lap. And so he usually tucks himself behind the chair. So please pay no attention to this little furry thing here. He'll be fine. He'll settle down in just a minute. Thank you all so much for being here. Wow. Hi, Denise. Hi, Deb. Oh my gosh, this is great. Hi, Paula. Let me go in and we'll get started, okay? Paula Ravita says, was wondering what the energy is like toward me from my friend Bob in Houston. Paula, I feel like the energy is on his part is perhaps a little more reticent to be vulnerable than perhaps you are. And while he's great and wants to have a good time together, I'm not getting that he's ready to take anything to a serious level, if that makes sense. Feel free to type back any kind of comment in the comments, and I'll try to jump back to them, okay? The lawyer says, how is Big Thomas feeling after his surgery removing his teeth about 3 weeks ago? He is convalescing on my front porch. Okay. I'm assuming it's an animal. Could you go ahead and give me a little bit, type in the comments, lawyer, about if he's a dog or a cat or a person? I mean, I know my mom just had all her teeth pulled, so I guess it could be a person. Just let me know on that and I'll come back. Kathy P says, I would like to know if my roof will be replaced this year. Money is a problem. There are several areas where the ceiling is falling down. Too many storms this year. Kathy, actually, I feel like there are problems with the roof, but what I'm being shown is that there are also problems in the siding and places where water can penetrate in addition to the roof. And honestly, what I'm seeing is like a longer timeline than perhaps this year. It may be, into 2025 before I see something happening on that. It's not showing up in the next 90 days, certainly. Wish the news were better. I've been through my share of storms. Okay. Denise says, will I have an acceptable offer on my house in the next 6 weeks? Oh, Denise, let's see. Actually, I see might be right around the 6-week mark. But yes, you will get an acceptable offer on your house. And yeah, I think it's going to work out. I see like fall leaves, autumn leaves falling as you are moving. So I hope that helps you. Wow. Hi, Judy. Oh, you like seeing my dog? He loves the attention, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Bogey and Dasher both, although Dasher tends to sleep back here on the daybed most of the time. LH wants to know, hi, Donna, will I be moving? That's an open-ended question. At some point, I guess we all move, but let me just tune into the energy for the next 6 months. I see that there is an opportunity to move. I see that you're not super crazy about the new place because it's smaller than or different, but I think smaller. It feels like it's smaller than what you have now. And it's kind of difficult to give up the square footage. But I'm also seeing boxes stacked. And they're like, 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot cube type, cardboard boxes stacked. So that's my symbol for there's something going on with the move. So good luck. I hope it works out. I hope you find one that has enough space. Lawyer, the animal that's had its teeth pulled is a cat. Okay. Let's go back to the original question. How is he feeling after his surgery? Well, as I feel into his body, what I'm getting is a sense of relief. Yes, it's sore, um, but it's also not nearly as painful. I feel like there was an abscess or an infection or something in somewhere. And now that the antibiotics are taking hold, the sutures are starting, the wounds are starting to heal, the openings are starting to heal back up. That the sense of relief is better. He also he also likes the gravy, that kind of whatever it is that you're putting on the food to kind of give him a little more calories. He likes the wet and he likes the gravy. So, thank you for the question. Oh my gosh. Okay. Judy would like a message for my boyfriend Clarence, who passed away 2 years ago. Okay. So he's coming in with his open arms, and I can almost see like a light behind him. Like if something had been wrong with his head or whatever, there's like this a light behind him, like he is feeling fully restored, very upbeat, smiling broadly. And he's expressing like sadness of not being able to continue in the relationship with you, that unfortunately his time came and he's gone now, but he really did feel the love, that sense of commitment was there with him. And it's like you were the best thing that ever happened to him. And I don't know if you took care of him, but I'm hearing angel. I don't know if that makes sense, but like you were his angel. And I'm feeling just this really heart swell of emotion in my chest. And this is a lot of times how they communicate with us. And this is a really good, oh, thank you, Clarence. This is like him sending his love to you through me. And you may feel that sometimes on your own. And you can also send your love to animals and who are alive or in spirit, but you can certainly send it to your loved ones on the other side. Just breathe in, feel into your heart space, think about the wonderful memories, think about, the things you might miss, but the things that you loved, and let that feeling of love build, and then consciously send it as if you were sending a cosmic telegram to spirit. They will get it. because I know, like, just as I was able to call Clarence forward and he stepped right forward, spirit is just a thought away. And this is animals or humans, they're just a thought away and they're ready to come forward. Now, in the living, animals are all innately intuitive. They navigate by all their other senses. Since they don't have vocal cords, they navigate by all their other senses 24/7. So they are dialed into you, and you can do the same thing with them. We can tell them, you know how I do this too. I tell my dogs all the time, I love you, I love you, I love you. I used to do it with my cats, my horse, all of that. And you don't even have to say it out loud in reality. You can just think it, because they think, and they think in pictures, and you can think of a heart and think of it and feel it at the same time and send it. And they get it. They get you. You can also perceive it. If a lot of times when you see your dog or your cat or your beloved pet, whoever it is, whatever species they are, if you find them looking at you with just this penetrating eyeball to eyeball stare, like you feel like they're seeing into your soul, it's because they're sending you love and adoration, and they're telling you, I'm really glad to be on this journey with you. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with me or have worked with me, but it's my belief that we have soul contracts with the animals in our lives, just like we have soul contracts with the key people who would come to this lifetime to learn lessons from and with. And so they're here because they love us, and they're here to help us evolve. Part of what we talk about in soul level is what they come to work on with you in this life. So I want you to know, they definitely are there, and they're definitely dialed in. So you can certainly send those love messages. You can send other messages too. And I was talking about this with a client the other day. One thing you can do, like if you've got a problem, you've got an animal, say, for example, that doesn't want to get off the furniture, and you don't want your animals on the furniture, instead of saying, get off the sofa, you could say, get on the floor. And here's why. If you're saying get off the sofa, instinctively your mind is thinking about the sofa. You're in your mind's eye. If you're a visual person, you're visualizing them on the sofa and that you want them off, but all you can do is visualize the floor, get on the floor, and then praise the heck out of them when they finally get down, because we're sending them a mixed message when we're thinking about the sofa and saying get down. They think that they're where they're supposed to be. So it's a little confusing for them. Sorry, got a little sidetracked, but I thought I'd throw that in there. Let's see. Coming back to, hey, Beth. Oh, so glad you're here. Ben's Chill. Will my garage be built anytime soon? Ben's Chili. Sorry, Ben's Chili. Will my garage be built anytime soon? Let me check a little bit. Well, again, I have this symbol like it's like a yardstick, or the stripes going down a 2-lane road, and however close the happening is how I can kind of gauge when it will happen. And this is like moving off into the future, so I would say that probably in the new year. It looks like it's going to be like come springtime, you'll get your garage underway. I hope that works. It's better than doing it in the cold anyway. Let's see. Oh, lawyer says, sorry about that. I have a relative convalescing on my front porch. So the neighborhood cat who has befriended you. Let me see if I can get back to that. Well, with the cat, I'm definitely feeling something is sluggish. The system is a little sluggish. It's like, it's down in the abdominal. It just feels like it's moving slowly. I don't know what that is. I'm not a veterinarian, but I'm definitely feeling like not as hungry as usual, or can't kind of yak up half of what you eat, or just not wanting to stay. Still having a little bit of issue. Yeah, sorry about that. It's not about the food though. It's just about this system. Deb Kane says, I am undecided about knee surgery. Can you see ahead in the energy? Every time I get close to deciding, I take the injections instead. Okay. Actually, your guides are saying that that's what you should be doing. That take the injections until you just can't anymore. Like, I don't know how old you are, but I know that knee surgeries only last, or new knees, only last for about 20 years in normal, everyday walking around and, living life. So, not sure how old you are, but, I would continue to take the injections, is what they're saying. They think that's the right course for you. That's probably why you keep going back to the injections. You're following your intuitive nudge. So good for you. Yeah, good for you. Okay, Rosemarie Polizzi. Hi, Donna. Will I get a new job soon? Thank you so much. Ooh. Oh my God. Well, I do see they're showing me like looking around in it's like everything is new, but the days start brighter. There's like a sense of anxiety because you're learning something new and you're in a new field and you're making new friends and you're in a new environment, but there's also this sense of excitedness. So if you start to feel nervous, try to substitute, as you think, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Just think I'm excited. Substitute the word excited for nervous. It shifts the energy. It kind of helps speed up a learning curve on a new job. It's also great for interviews. If you're feeling nervous before you go into an interview, say I'm shifted into, I'm excited. I want to work for this company. I want to be in this place. But I do see it happening like before the weather cools off. So yes, I would say soon. And I'd love to hear back from you at some point. Feel free to email me through my website and let me know how things go. That's exciting. Okay, Betty Ann Tafoya, could you tell me, do you see me getting an apartment in October of this year? Ooh. I do see you getting an apartment because I see that it's got a window in the kitchen and they're showing me an ability to see like from close to the sink. The one thing I'm asking for that I'm not getting back from your guides, though, is like I do this visualization of where I rip off the calendar page, from month to month. And so I've ripped off August and I've ripped off September, and I'm asking, will it happen in October? And I'm not getting a yes on that. So that doesn't mean that it's not there, but I'm not getting anything definitive. That could be a free will thing. It could be an availability thing. But this apartment is out there for you. So that's good news. Hopefully you'll get there in time for the holidays. Abscess and stomatitis, the black cat. That's too bad. Okay. On to Chris Queen. Oh, she says, I had a cat who found me and needed all teeth pulled. She was fine and could still gum rats to death. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if the cat got all its teeth pulled or the relative, but either way, that's pretty funny. Thank you for sharing, Chris. Coach Ellen, would it be best to go on vacation with my husband's two brothers and wives next July, or better for my husband and I to go on our own in the spring? Oh, Coach Ellen, that's a good one. I get the sense that in the end, while it feels like the one in the spring might be the better choice to you, that the one in the summer will actually end up being the most fun. There's going to be a new level of deepening of a relationship. And yeah, your husband and his two brothers are just going to be cutting up and laughing and having a good time. And so that kind of is going to be infectious. And everybody's going to be able to kind of throw off the stress of the day to day and really enjoy the vacation, enjoy the being away. So the guides are showing me summer. Okay. Why can't my orange tiger Dreamy find his way home? Huge guy, blind in left eye. Left eye. When I dial into your cat, it's like I'm feeling a sense of confusion. The image I'm getting is almost like a tangled up ball of yarn, it is, and his sense of, he's like disoriented and confused, and his sense of direction is off. So one of the things that you can do when you have a lost pet, and this is pretty effective for cats, because I used to have a cat that would go and roam the neighborhood and mooch off of other people's cats' food and stuff and be gone for a week. Sometimes he was gone, I think 12 days one time. But anyway, you can walk through the neighborhood and the animals that you do see, you don't have to say this out loud either. You can just think of them, tell Dreamy to come home, visualize your house, and then say, tell Dreamy I'm looking for him. I need him to come home. And just do that with all the animals in the neighborhood that you see. Put the word out. I've actually had some success with that and finding cats and finding actually even a lost dog in Galveston once upon a time. So I might give that a try. Ben Shilly has a second question. Will I get back to normal and be able to tend to my house again? Ooh. Actually, what your guides are giving me is that this is part of a soul lesson in acceptance. And yes, you will get some of your function back, but that this is part of a process in that it's about learning to receive. There are people who have offered to help throughout the years, and you've always been really independent. It feels to me like they're showing me that you take pride in taking care of your own place. But this is whenever we have a hard time receiving. The flip side of that is that it doesn't encourage other people to be giving, and when they give, that's joyful for them. And so in a sense, we're taking away their sense of joy and being able to do us a good turn. And you can pay it forward and let somebody in line in front of you in the grocery store. It's just and do things like that to pass on the good turn if you're not able to do physical chores for somebody, to help out. But it's all about community, and the guides are saying to allow yourself to more fully assimilate and be helped, and allow people to do things for you just a little bit. I hope that's helpful. It really does help them. and they'll feel your sincere appreciation, and that's the emotional payoff that a lot of us, looking for. Um, Kind of make it easy to say yes, if you could do that. Beth wants to know. Ooh, let me see if I can get this to show up. Hey, I just learned a new trick. Is there anything I need to do or focus on for my Ireland trip next year? Yes, take me. Just kidding. Or any wanted or unwanted messages from my favorite Irishman? Okay. Your guides are showing me a lightweight slicker that you're going to go at a time when you think it's not going to rain or it's supposed to be sunny and pretty, and you're still going to have some days when you're going to need it. So it doesn't need to be really thick, but you're going to need a lightweight coat jacket. And I don't know if your favorite Irishman is your dad, but your dad's coming in and he's so excited and so proud. And he says, you're going to need the jacket anyway because it gets cold at night, and your Houston blood is not used to Irish nighttime. That's so funny. There is a place near the town where your family comes from that you might want to take some extra time in. This is a place that your dad says you can almost feel the history of your family in this place. And it feels like a school or a church, or it's, a building of some kind. It's not necessarily an outdoor space or spot. Your guides are also saying to, rather than script out every day of the trip, you may want to just kind of have a little, at least a day or two to just. Oh, there. I don't know what happened, but I didn't touch a thing. I've been talking with my hands. Um, so I hope you enjoy that spot, and I hope you enjoy, the ability to be a little freer with your schedule instead of doing tours, every day, or having like a feeling like you need to go on to the next thing. Just allow yourself a little flexibility while you're there. Ooh, have fun. That sounds awesome. Thank you. See, Oakley, it's so good to see you. Well, I don't get to see y'all back, but thank you for coming. Thank you for coming here. Uh, let's see. While I've got this on my mind, I want to let you know I'm going to be doing another live next Wednesday, the 21st, and it'll be at 8 p.m. And I'm going to team up that night with my friend Angela Hoover. Angela has an equine therapy based farm animal sanctuary, and she's got all different kinds of animals. And her superpower is helping to the animals to facilitate healing when people come out for healing work. She's a Reiki master and she does healing and all that other kind of stuff, but she's also uses the animals as part of the healing. So she's really dialed in, and we're going to be doing animal readings on next Wednesday. And that's 8 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be another YouTube live. You can look for it and my upcoming stuff on my channel. So thanks in advance. I'd love to have you back. And let's see. Next, Kathy P., thank you for my first question. Will my husband and I strengthen our relationship in the future? You know what, Kathy, what they're showing me is almost like a dawning of something happening or something triggering, like a dawning of a new perspective on your husband's part, and then you're able to see this kind of shift in his demeanor and in the deepening that he's willing to be more present. Not that he's not present right now, but just you're just going to notice a difference in the level of attention. And I do see that happening. And it's going to be like shine your light without expectation, just kind of continue to be who you are and be receptive and give, you know, shine your light on him. And but hopefully, pardon all these puns, but the light bulb will go off and he'll have that dawning and that reckoning, and things will shift a little bit and get deeper. So congratulations. That's a rare thing, as people, when people are married for a period of time, it's really a rare thing. And I hope you get that. This is what your guides are showing me. So right on. Okay. Hey, Michelle, it has been 6 months since my brother passed. Any messages coming in from him? Your brother is coming in with kind of doing like this, like there was no unfinished business between us, at least from his perspective. All is good. We are done. We whatever you came to work on together in this life, kind of like you guys took care of it. He is seeing things from a different perspective now, and he's also like spending part of his time in a study, like like studying. Almost feels like a classroom kind of environment where he's like looking at how it's not like the life review goes on, but it's sort of like looking at how he's been, the patterns in his lives, and how he can like maybe deepen and grow and evolve the next time he comes around. He's also showing me that, you guys are in like the same core group, soul tribe. Um, there are people in our core sub tribe, and then there are people like that are like in concentric circles, auxiliary circles. And a lot of times, like our parents are not necessarily in our core group. They're like in a adjacent group. They're not always, but sometimes. But a lot of times our brothers and sisters and husbands and wives and, key people, they're in our same soul. I call it soul tribe, but our same group, core group. So I hope that helps. Let's see. Denise, animals on my couches. My dogs are allowed on my couches, but Starry gets on my bed when I'm not home, where he is not supposed to be. Suggestions. I believe he knows he's not supposed to be there. Yes. Aside from closing the door and keeping him out, but you can until he kind of learns it. But you can think at him like where you'd like him to hang out and wait for you. Maybe it's by the window, by the door, or maybe it's in his crate, or maybe it's in his bed. But you can like visualize that and think that at him and tell them when you're leaving, I'll be back in an hour, or I'll be back in time for supper, or I'll be back before it gets dark, those kinds of things, because they live right in the moment. And so they can remember that. It's kind of difficult to tell them I'll be back after your nap, because if it's a happy dog, dogs sleep 18, 20 hours a day. And so I use nighttime sleeps as for like overnights. If you're going to be gone for the weekend, just tell them when you're leaving, I'll be back in 2 nighttime sleeps or 3 nighttime sleeps. And then the next day you can key into them. And again, feel into that heart space. You think these thoughts and feel the love and send them both at the same time, and let him know, let Starry know, Starry's, I love you, but I want you to be on your bed. Wait for me on your bed. And then it's whenever you see, if that, say, for example, if that's where you want Starry to wait for you, whenever you see Starry just settled and being cool and calm and, resting on the bed, just really praise Starry and say, way to go, good dog. And kind of help reinforce that you think it's just awesome that Starry's on the bed. Okay. Or you can have it be on the couch, like you said, if it's okay for them to be on the couch. So that's kind of your choice, but it's a really good idea to just kind of think at them, even when you're still at home, just do it in the day to day and kind of get in the habit. They really do get the messages. You're welcome for the good news, Kat. Milos Milosevic. I'm about to go on a very important trip to Germany. I think that's Germany in September, and would like to know if any issues will occur on the trip or is it going to go smoothly with no problems. Let's see what your guides have to say. Milos. Um, there might be an issue with a flight, a delayed flight. However, the actual time spent there is going to be well paced and enjoyable. I feel a little bit of anxiety around something, so I don't know if there's a chore you have to do when you get there. Maybe there's a little bit of anxiety about that, but it's going to go fine, and it's going to dissipate. Whatever that is just temporary. So as you feel that anxiety building, I don't know if the trick of substituting the word "I'm excited" for "I'm anxious" would work, but if not, you could just kind of feel into it, and sort of like in meditation when we're trying to quiet our mind and all these squirrel cage thoughts keep running through our mind, you can just kind of thank you for sharing and let it move on and go back to focusing on your breath, that kind of thing. You can focus on your breath and just allow the anxiety to come to you and through you so that it can go out again. But breathing, I always do this in the beginning of my readings, and it's really good for like right before you're going to give a presentation or right before you're going to do something that's you're a little nervous about, you can breathe in for 3, hold for 3, and then breathe all the way out for 5. Breathe all of that in, all of that anxiety out, all the negative thoughts out, and breathe in grace, love, peace, and protection. Hold it so that you can internalize all that love, because source is there and your guides are there and you are so loved. And the people around you generally want what's best for you too. And just so breathe into that and then breathe out everything. And when you breathe all the way out for 5, what that does is it trips the vagus nerve in the base of your abdomen, which is like an automated relaxation reflex in our body kind of built in. Do it a couple of times. If you can do it 3 times, so much the better. It just takes a minute. And you'll feel like your shoulders will start to relax, the furrow between your brow will start to relax, and just breathe it all the way out, because it's not that things are happening to us, in our day to day, they're happening for us. So this trip is happening for you for a very good reason and for your soul's evolution. And there is something really enchanting about this particular trip. You're going to come away with one fabulous memory in particular. There'll probably going to be several, but there's going to be one memory from that trip that's really going to touch your heart for years to come, is what they're saying. So have a great time. I hope the trip goes well. Chris says, thanks for reading Dreamy. At least I know he's alive. Yeah. And if you don't know where to look, the best thing to do is like tell the neighborhood cats, send a picture to the shelters. I did not get an energy of him being crossed over. So I do still feel that he is still alive. I keep forgetting to show these questions. Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of new at this. Christina, is there anything Poppy and Scooter would like me to do for them that would make them happier? I feel like I don't know if they get walked together, but Scooter would like to have his own time with you. He has a different pace, and than Poppy and would like to have his own time, even if it's just down to the end of the street and back or around the block, and then let Poppy have a separate walk as well, but just one-on-one time. Scooter's also, he's kind of the opinion that Poppy, any attention from Poppy is good attention. So if they're like playing and tussling and picking and biting and chewing at each other, he's okay with it. That's so funny. So thank you for the question. I hope that helps. Okay. Sandy, is there any advice you can give me about my health? Any issues I need to be aware of? How to heal my weight issue? And is my mother starting to have dementia? Ooh, okay, let me take you first. We'll see how that goes. Your guides are saying too many starches, and so cut back on the starches, but they're also showing me like piles of vegetables. I'm literally seeing like roasted vegetables. And all different colors. I'm not a nutritionist and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I like all food, so I'll just pretty much eat whatever's put in front of me. But I know that like there are significant nutritional aspects to like eggplant versus squash versus Brussels sprouts versus cauliflower versus broccoli. They've all got different nutritional values, but I'm seeing all those different colors on a plate. So I don't know if it's possible to up the ante. And vegetables are very low calorie, so they help burn energy and add nutrition. What are they saying? They're saying that you don't necessarily have to cut out all the sugar, but if you could limit the sugar, like I know processed food always has a lot of salt and sugar built into it. So they're saying if you can limit the sugar and then just give yourself a treat in the evening. I get those they're like Hershey dark chocolate pieces, and I'll have a piece of that or a York peppermint patty because that's just like 50 calories, and it satisfies my sweet tooth. And I drink a lot of lemonade, sugar-free drinks, water especially. They're saying water. There was something about your health. I feel like they're saying that if you can do this and release, it's about calling in good health and releasing, what it is that no longer serves you. And that can be the extra weight even. And by allowing that to be released, it's going to help your back. I feel like you've had some issues maybe with back strain and lower back, and that's going to help relieve some of that just as a natural happy byproduct. Now, getting on to your mom, is my mother starting to have dementia? What your guides are showing me is that your mom is starting to have confusion. Your mom is starting to have a bit of short-term memory retention issues and unable to focus, inability to like not just I don't mean like focus on the task at hand, but things that she's known how to do for a long time, just, and she had a habit of doing them at the same time of the week or the same time of the month, and all of a sudden she's not remembering to do those things. That's just a part of this. I want to call it fuzzy brain, because it just feels like the neurons are not firing together, where the so it's something maybe neurological. This is my symbol for neurological. And it's literally like, they show me like car batteries, the things you charge cars with. You put them together and it sparks. Well, that's what they show me, like, instead of them coming together when the neurons are, traveling down the superhighway of your brain and down through your body, they connect with one another, and sometimes they miss, like, or they don't come all the way together, like the batteries cables don't charge, if that makes sense. So there's something like that that's going on. I don't know if that's what dementia, or how that's, if dementia is defined that way. So I can't really speak to whether or not it's dementia. I can just tell you what they're showing me. Like sometimes those memory neurons are not coming together like they should. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the questions, Sandy. Oh, you're welcome, Ben Shelley. You are so welcome. It's my pleasure to be here to do these readings. This is really fun for me. And the whole reason I'm moving into doing this work full time is because I want to be of service. I want to be of love and service. I want to be an advocate for spirit, an advocate for your guides, an advocate for your pets, whatever you need that I can help with. This is really, I feel like I'm fulfilling my life purpose now. And I'm also a Reiki master. I do Reiki healing in private session, but I want to tell y'all, while people are here, I also have what I call my distance Reiki list. And if you would like to be on it, I don't charge. This is my personal outreach ministry to all of my clients and friends and customers. So if you have anything emotional, physical, spiritual that you would like me to send Reiki energy to, I do this every morning after my prayer and meditation and 2 cups of coffee. So I'm charging on all cylinders. So I send my Reiki out in the mornings, and you can just send me an email, tell me that you'd like to be on the list, and I will put it in my book with a date and put you on that list for 30 days. You can reach me through my website, or you can just email me at connect@donnanorris.net. I'll type that in the chat for you. It's my pleasure to do that for anybody who wants it. Okay. Sandy's coming back. Is there anything we can do? Went to the doctor and he gave her a very simple, silly test and then said she didn't have anything. But I see her every day and I know something's wrong. Any advice? I don't know. You might want to take her list of medications if she's on medications and talk to the pharmacist, because if they're going to more than one doctor, and most people are, we have to go to different kinds of specialists to comply with our insurance requirements and whatnot. But the pharmacist can see if something is contraindicative, so that if one med is causing a side effect that could be giving her this fuzzy brain, that could be impacting her ability to think like she normally does. So, and that can be pretty helpful. And then you can take whatever the pharmacist may say, try to record the conversation or write down their notes, and go back and send an email to your mom's doctor. Or perhaps if she has, a lot of people have like a portal where they can email their doctor. Maybe you can get on your mom's portal and say, my pharmacist said, blah, 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 blah. And see if maybe she can get something resolved that way. It could just be a dosage thing and something needs to be tweaked. Wouldn't that be awesome? But that would be worth a try. And Stephanie, hi Stephanie. Stephanie says, can anyone ask a question? Yes, of course anyone can ask a question. Thank you. How is my court hearing going to turn out? Your guides are saying the truth is going to come out. However, it still may not turn out exactly like you want, but the truth will come out. Not knowing any of the details, I think that, it's going to be maybe a mixed bag. So good luck with it. And I would, again, if you want to connect, send me an email and let me know how it goes. I'd appreciate it. Okay. It looks like that's it. At least for now. Feel free to type in any other questions. Meantime, I wanted to let anybody know about some things that are coming up for me. I'll be doing a workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop on October the 5th from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the basics of animal communication. If you would like to learn, just how to communicate with your pet, how to maybe pick up on different things that you've been wondering about and find out what they might be trying to say. It's a 2-hour starter session and will enable you to be able to pick up on messages from not just your pet, but even the animals in nature out around the yard, the birds, the deer, depending on where you live, other animals. So it's pretty fun. I hope you can join me for that. And it also comes with, in addition to the 2-hour workshop, the following day on Sunday the 6th, we'll do a 1-hour practice session so that while it's still fresh in your mind and after you've had a little bit of time, to talk and work with your pet, you can give a little feedback and then we'll do some practice sessions together so that I can give feedback on that. And I'll put you in breakout rooms. It's not like you have to read in front of everybody. It's fun. You'll enjoy it. No pressure. The nice thing about being in a class is that everybody wants what's best for everybody else. We're a team when we do these classes, so it's really fun. I'm going to be doing also a 4-week, more in-depth series of classes on the foundations of animal communication and get a little bit more, in depth. And that will start the end of October, starting on the 27th, and it'll run every Sunday for 4 weeks. And that'll be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. And then the following Tuesday, after the first 3 weeks, on the following Tuesday evening, from like 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which I guess would be 6 to 7 Pacific Time. No, Mountain Time. 5 to 6 Pacific Time. Anyway, 8 to 9 Eastern Time, I can keep my time zone straight. We'll do 1-hour practice on what we covered that week, and so it can kind of build on itself throughout the time. And the basics of animal communication workshop is $125 for the 2 hours plus the bonus hour, and then the 4-week class is just $399, and that's like 8 hours of class time and 3 hours of practice time. So it's quite a lot of one-on-one time or small group on one time with me, learning, how things are supposed to work and, feeling into it and really getting our skills developed, start to exercise our telepathy muscle. And then I will also be appearing live in person. Susan Lynn, whom some of you may know from here on YouTube, is having a conference in Denver called Connect to Empower. And I'll be doing a talk there and a workshop there. It's the October 13th and 14th. It's like Columbus Day weekend. And I'll be working with spirit animals. So different kind of animal situation than with pets, but it'll be really fun. And you can learn a lot about, your spirit animals in your neighborhood, in your sphere, in your day-to-day, and the ones that you can call in. And it's really fascinating. So I think that would be fun. I understand it's almost sold out, but there are still a few seats left. So you can go to SusanLynnMedium.com or connecttoempower.com and find out more information on that and about the cost. She's also got a terrific room rate at the hotel in Aurora, Colorado, is where it's going to be, actually right outside of Denver. So it's can be pretty as economical as we can make it and still give you an opportunity to be among well over 100, I think it's going to be like 150 people now, of like-minded friends It's a great supportive group. I was fortunate enough to be able to be there last year, and I still get a warm fuzzy every time I think about how much fun we had and how deep the relationships got. And the speakers are amazing. In addition to me, Afefe, who has Touched by Tarot, will be presenting. Civil Harmony will be presenting, and Mary Colazzo from the Rustic Raven will also be presenting on a little bit of shaman basics and the medicine wheel. So that'll be pretty exciting too. I look forward to being there and hope to get to see and meet some of you in person. If not, we're here. You can always book a private session with me through my website at donnanorris.net and take a class perhaps, or come and tune in to my next live. And I'd love the opportunity to continue to interact with you guys. Let me see if there are another couple of questions that have popped in. Tim McKee says, liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I always forget to ask people to do that. If you like what you're hearing, if you think this is fun and you enjoy it, please like and subscribe. Then you can be notified of all the other upcoming things I've got going on. As I learn this technology and figure out how to do these postings and stuff in a little bit better way, hopefully I'll get this down. I have a new job too. So it's exciting, but it's also a challenge. Technology's never been my friend, and we're in Mercury retrograde. So anyway, thank you. Let's see. Kay Michelle. Whoops. She says, my kitty is watching and listening to you right now. Anything coming in related to her that I should know? Let's see. Your kitty is wanting to, how do I say this? She's showing me an image of you on your phone. Even at home, you're spending a lot of time on your phone, and she's showing me an image of putting the phone down and just pet her. A lot of times we don't realize how much stress relief we get just from stroking our animals, petting our animals, even more than talking to them and being in the same airspace with them. If you can just kind of set the phone down, walk away from the computer, whatever it is you're doing, get the dishes done, or let them sit and just spend some time taking up that unconditional love, soaking in that unconditional love energy and petting them. They want to give you that time. They want to send you that love. You can feel it. You can feel it in the energy from them. Even if they're the kind of animal that's like a little standoffish about snuggling, they're not super cuddly, you could still stroke down their back, scratch them on the head or under the chin, just give them a little bit of loving. It's good for both of you. And your kitty is also talking about getting outside a bit and just, again, without the phone, and just kind of looking around and looking at what you can appreciate. Look at the detail in the leaves and the sunlight filtering through the leaves in the tree, or a flower in bloom, or a bee, trying to get to the nectar in the flower. Those kinds of little things. And just let yourself feel that childlike wonder, kind of get back in touch with the beauty around you, and on the macro and the micro, right? And enjoy that. Your cat thinks it'll make you feel a whole lot better. So I hope that helps. Deb says, I love the breakout room sessions. Yes, they are fun. And we don't do them super long either. We want to have enough time to come back and, talk about questions that we might have after a practice session. Let's see what's next. Ooh, Christina says, I look forward to the classes and working with you soon. Good, me too. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm excited. Tim, another question. Is there a past loved one that has a message for me that you can share with me? I feel, I see an image of a tractor. I see an image of, it's like a tractor coming in from a field. Don't know if this makes sense for you. And I'm being shown a memory of you being put up in the seat of this tractor. It's kind of an older fashioned tractor. It's not the kind like we see today that are air conditioned and closed cabs with, you know, Bose stereo system and all that in them. This is just like an old small farm kind of utility tractor. And this feels like your grandfather set you up on the seat of this tractor, and you were so proud. He is he was proud of you then, and he's still proud of you now. You've come through kind of a lot. You've had not just one setback, but a couple of really serious reversals that were not of your doing. And he watched you, you know, pick yourself back up and keep going and move on and picking your head up and carrying on, licking your wounds, so to speak. He says, I hear licking your wounds, but he's extremely proud. I hope that helps. Feel free to type something in the chat, whether this resonates with you or not. Christina wants to know, are my guides saying anything about any upcoming changes or direction I should be aware of in the coming months? Okay, let's see. They're showing me coins, like coins, like incoming income in the coming months, like a maybe a windfall or an increase or something that's going to happen in the next few months. But it's almost like you have a bag of gold, right? You know, a bag, and the bag is just getting really full. Oh, that's awesome. Great visual. They're also saying by tactfully standing up for yourself and cutting a tie in an area that no longer serves you, you're going to do it in a upstanding, classy, you know, way. And there's going to be a measure of respect and regard shown to you that you might not have been previously aware of. That it's been there, but it's like you were kind of taken for granted. And now it's almost too little too late, but they're, you know, they're acknowledging their regard for you and the contributions that you made. It feels like a boss. So I hope that helps. Oh, Tim says, it was an accurate message and happy to know he believes in me through my struggles and setbacks. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tim. Awesome. Oh, I can't wait to see you too. You'll have to come and find me because JA, unless that's on your name tag, I'm not going to know. And in this kind of mode too, I'm kind of in channeling mode and my memory afterward is well, almost non-existent. So please come and introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you. And then Kay Michelle says, yes, she follows me everywhere, goes on daily Jeep rides, and yes, it has been too hot for harness walks and boat rides for her. Ah, got it. We did just go on a mountain trip though. Right on. Cool. Tim says his grandpa had an old farm tractor. Oh, that's so cool. Angie wants to know, do you see me being a healthy, loving relationship this year. Let's see what your guides have to say. What they're showing me is that as we move into September and the fall months, that you are going to be doing a bit of internal house cleaning, so to speak, letting go of some error beliefs that perhaps you've held that have kind of maybe held you back from drawing in that person. And so by letting that go, it's kind of lightening your energetic load and you're up leveling. You're going to be up leveling and evolving. And it's when you get that up level, there is somebody at that new spiritual, emotional level who's going to be drawn to you, who's going to feel like a magnet. So yes, there will be somebody coming in. So I guess the thing to do is like in September, or as we go into September and October, think about those things that are not serving you, things that you could let go of. It could be negative self-talk, and just stop yourself whenever you start, giving yourself a hard time, even if it's just in your head, and say, I'm a beautiful and powerful person. I'm magical AF, just whatever you want to say, but just give yourself the positive, because it all starts with thinking. Thoughts become ideas, ideas become actions, and actions have results, and that's how the evolutionary cycle takes place. So the positive actions and building on those good things. But if we've got a workaholic, and on another from another perspective, perhaps there's a tendency to overgive. Maybe there could be a little bit of reining back and saying, I think I'm going to take care of myself a little bit more. And even if it's just enjoying a movie on TV or going to the show, just take care of yourself, take the walk in nature, or do something good for you, as opposed to doing that one more project before you go home, and the next thing you know, you're driving home in the dark. That kind of thing. Bogey's back. We don't have any control of outcomes, but we do have the control of how we think and how we respond. And there's a big difference between reacting and responding. So for as many times as you're able, when things happen, take a moment, let it sink in, because again, things are happening for us, not to us. And how we respond helps our evolution. I hope that makes sense. Good luck, Angie. Catherine. Hey, Kat. Do my guides show where I would find my soulmate? Where? Ooh. Catherine, I am seeing that this is going to be at an event. Like you are going to be out and about, and I don't know if this is like, it feels like it's in a big enclosed space, like a convention center, or concert venue, or with those big meeting rooms in a hotel, that kind of thing, but in a big space. And you're just going to be like kind of drawn. And they're showing me that you'll come together just for a few minutes and then kind of drift off toward other things and other people. But you're going to each be thinking about each other and circle back around a little bit later to perhaps talk a little bit more and take it from there. So that's awesome. I hope you have a place or something planned like that. Christina says that's good to hear. And it makes sense. Oh, yay. I appreciate you too. All right. Well, I guess if we don't have any questions, I will go ahead and call it a night. Look forward to seeing you guys again on Wednesday if you can make it. And thank you so much for coming. And as somebody said earlier, who's I can't even remember, please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and tell your friends. And I'll be sending out more stuff. I put some things on my resources tab. Everything is about relationship, and when it comes to a psychic, a medium, or an animal communicator, you want to choose one that you vibe with, right? And I realize that, and so what I did was, one of the things I put on my resource tab is to how to find a good animal communicator, but it applies to psychics and mediums as well. And then I also put the on the other one are 5 quick tips to communicating effectively with your pet. So you can find that on my website on the resource tab at donnanorris.net. And I'll be doing some crystal stuff. I'll be putting in like some good crystal things that you can refer to. I am a crystal healer, so that's part of part of me that you get whenever you get a reading. It seems like all my modalities tend to merge into my readings, so I try not to even try to differentiate anymore. If I'm in the middle of a psychic reading and my hands heat up, that's my symbol that my Reiki healing needs to kick in. And if you're okay with that, I'll send it. I'll send Reiki to you in a psychic reading. It's just the way I work that feels most natural and giving for me. So again, thank you so much for joining, and I will look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye for now. Thank you.